Hey guys, Magnus here, and today's a special day. Today was the actual unveiling of a new Shenmue 3 trailer during E3. And I heard about it, I saw it on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, I gotta react to this, I gotta watch this. I wanted to watch it like all day, but I had to wait until now to have the availability to watch it. And I wanted to watch it with you guys because I think that's a better way to experience it. I didn't want to sit there, watch it alone, and then give a comment. I prefer watching it with everybody. And anyone who joins me, awesome, welcome. And if not, then whatever. But I've been anxiously awaiting. I didn't even give much time before I, sent the link out because I just couldn't wait. Everyone else is talking about it. I want to join in on the fun as well. So if you're joining me, thank you. And if you're not joining me, then that's fine. You watch it later. It's cool. I'm just hoping before I get started. I've seen kind of like some mid to low res video of like a Shenmue advertisement advertising like PlayStation in like a Walmart, and it showed some scenes where you see this new character and then Rio getting approached before starting a fight, and then him driving a forklift. Very short, but then it says PlayStation yada yada yada, and I hope that this trailer doesn't show too much of what I've already seen, but I don't know. That might have been leaked footage or footage that wasn't supposed to be out yet, but anyway, without further ado, because I can't wait. Thorsten, Stefan, don't spoil it for me. That's what I'm scared of. But if you love it, then I'm actually a bit optimistic. So here we go. Playing the trailer. And make sure you guys can hear it too. So I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to let it play and then kind of talk about it afterwards.
Honestly, I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Grandmaster, I...
A long time ago, martial arts were bad, but humans are interesting creatures. They practiced in secret, away from prying eyes, and became stronger. One then practiced atop this very boat. Non-Trent survived the ban and was passed on this way.
What did you say to me? Stop it. They threaten and extort money from shop owners, get drunk by noon, and cause trouble. Everyone in town is afraid of them. They are heartless. Wait right there.
Oh, snap.
This is him, the Japanese guy you got in our way.
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
Okay, so a lot of a lot there to dissect. Alex, the lip sync, yeah. All right, so let me get started with initial reaction. The more I see it, the more I want to see it because the story is kind of like we're getting bits and pieces of the story everywhere, and then just to have a bit more story here is intriguing. And it seemed that a lot of those running scenes was a callback to when you would have these kind of chasing scenes in both Shenmue and Shenmue 2, where you have some QTE events. And it seemed like that might be what's going on, some QTE events, although they didn't show any button prompts. So that was a bit curious. Um, Couple of things I also digested. It seems that those, I guess, those guys, whoever must be associated with Londi, were in the cave, and they heard of Rio's presence around town, and they actually wanted to stop him, which was interesting as well. And then, but this trailer seemed kind of different from a graphical perspective because the characters' movements, like for example, one of the trailers, the early trailers a couple years ago actually showed that trainer that was training him, but it was a lot stiffer. Now this seems to be more fluid in this trailer, in the very beginning, but it still was a bit stiff. And to your point, Alex, the limp syncing was a little funny, but I can't criticize again. Crowdfunded game, I can't criticize it too much. Looks great so far. Very softened. All in all, a good but short trailer. It didn't show any forklift riding like that other thing I mentioned before in Walmart. So I'm gonna kind of lower the volume here of that trailer so that I can talk through it and watch it again.
Honestly, I don't think your kung fu is strong enough.
Grandmaster,
Okay, so this was the guy who was in the original trailers when it was very stiff. So he's been playing for a while. Um,
A long time ago, martial arts were bad.
so this was shown in the previous trailer, but less facial expressions and less detail. It was very stiff a couple years ago in that trailer. It seems to be more polished. The lighting is a bit more polished and everything. So that's pretty cool. Um,
But humans are interesting creatures.
then
Away
seeing this and seeing everyone training reminds me of Shenmue 2 and that dojo where everyone was training simultaneously. But it looks pretty cool, at least from this perspective. It's almost like even the same sound effects. Again, similar features here. The town, the lighting, the extensively huge moon. This is all familiar territory. Work in progress, game's not final. There you see Rio and Shenhua walking together. This might be when they first arrive in the town, and I'm sure this right here almost looks like it's going to be the opening of Shenmue 3, like after you get there on a boat or whatever, or after they walk there, depending on how Shenhua and Rio get to the town. This looks like it would be a good opening before a logo reveal. Just my assumption. I'm going to touch on that Epic Game Store exclusive, Batsy. I definitely want to touch up on that, but let me get through the trailer one more time again. And this is a quick analysis, not thorough.
what did you say to me? Stop it.
Now, who's he stopping him from attacking? What you say to me, and he says stop it, but he's facing some other direction. Then you hear a cat. So, who's causing that conflict, and why was it hidden in the trailer? I'm pretty curious when it comes to that. Um, it's pretty much this next cutscene, and I was just reading your comment, Jeff. Looks and feels like Shenmue, which is exciting, although my backed copy is for PS4. The hate as the move is getting for being Epic Games only on PC is worrying. That plus lack of visibility for not being on Steam. Again, I'm going to touch up on that in a second, but keep your comments coming. So here's where I thought this would be all be QTE related, all these movements. And then here is probably either a fight scene or another QTE moment. But
They are heartless.
right there where he said they are heartless kind of seems like it's a bit out of voice sync. I'll try to see if I can play that part again.
They are heartless.
See, there you go. They are heartless. If you look at Rio's face, there's a bit of lacking emotion, and perhaps that's why they wanted to stall the game for that, just to kind of polish it or clean it up a little bit more. But other than that, I mean, a lot of the graphics here are pretty good looking for the style that they're going for. They're not going for intense lighting and dramatic AAA lighting effects and character movement and whatnot. They're just trying to make the game, tell the story, and add their own creative graphical art to it. The Japanese voice acting matchups up a lot better. I'm probably going to play this in Japanese. So again, this whole scene is QTE. has to be QTE. I like that little game logo right there. So you've got to anticipate that right here or right around here is where the arcade games are going to be. Sure, they're not related to Sega classic arcade games, but they're definitely going to be a lot of fun. So here we go. Again, more QTE stuff. They're getting away. Now I have a feeling.
The Japanese guy you got in our way.
Okay, when I first was talking about this, I said, "Hey, it looks like they're in the cave," but this is not the cave. So my mistake. It was the first time I saw the trailer, but
You've got some guts to barge in here on your own.
that's where it ends. And then what caught me off guard, to be totally honest, is the coming November 19th, 2019. I'm not used to seeing that date. It was a bit kind of takes the wind out of you, and we thought we were going to get this in a short amount of time. But no worries, it allows for additional polish, and the game is coming out. This is something that we've waited 20 years for, so we're getting that. But on to an important subject that all of us have been talking about, actually, pretty much all day. As I saw comments on the actual trailer, we all saw the announcement that they're going to release this on the Epic Games Store exclusively. So they're cutting out Steam. And there's a lot of backlash towards that. And I could understand. My initial reaction was like, what? I don't even have Epic Games Store because I don't see a purpose. I have Steam. Steam has access to so many games. I could understand a AAA game, like let's say Grand Theft Auto 6, for example, comes out, and it's like, okay, Epic Games Store exclusive, then you're going to have an effective marketing campaign. Everyone moved towards that. That totally makes sense. But Shenmue 3 is hungry to get new fans. And granted, anyone who wants the PC-related version of Shenmue 3, they're going to flock over to Epic Games. Even if just to install the software just to get access to this one game. I'm going to do that. So you're going to have the Shenmue install base move over. And I know this is all of our concern. The concern is, if you never heard or even care about Shenmue 3, you're not going to install Epic Games just for Epic Game, like the store, just for Shenmue 3. I mean, unless you have the most insane marketing campaign ever for Shenmue 3 that should have started by now, mixed with 95 and up review scores for Shenmue 3 to build anticipation for the launch and the release so that you have a flock of people going to it. But my assumption is that you're not going to have that. In fact, this is scary because it might limit our exposure to Shenmue 3 and getting it out to those who are not aware of the franchise. And sorry, I was just checking to see what the comments are, but the thought that I have, because if you're Yu Suzuki, if you're a producer of this, like Shibuya Productions, and you are backing this game, and you want exposure to this game, there has to be an enticing reason on why you put it on Epic Games, because Epic Games is going to want it. But what are they going to give this team as far as promising that if you put it exclusively on ours, there's got to be promotion involved? And that's what I think is going to happen. You're going to see Epic Games push Shenmue 3 to the front. Make it a selling point. And that's actually what we need. We need a push from a marketing standpoint for Shenmue 3. And I do believe that the idea, fingers crossed, that the idea is that by putting it on Epic Games, Epic is going to go out of their way to throw Shenmue 3 everywhere and to make you, and make not so much us, but everyone who's not heard of Shenmue 3 believe that this game is a must buy. And that is the only reason why it would make sense to me. And perhaps there could be some either promotions or some actual revenue, some kickback over to basically everyone working on Shenmue 3, which that in itself would help it return some money. There could be some kickback saying, okay, Epic Games will pay you a set amount of money to make it exclusive on our platform. That way it can drive over um, sales to our system. And of course, everyone working on Shenmue 3 can recoup a bit more money. But is it worth the risk? We don't know. Everyone watching this stream, everyone who watches the stream later is gonna feel that, yeah, totally, I'm gonna buy it only just to play it. If you're gonna buy the PC version, not the PS4 version. I'm buying both, so yes, I will be downloading the Epic Games software. Right there, even on this, you see the Epic Games Store logo right at the end. So, but they got us. Hopefully they get enough of us to make Shenmue 3 a success story and to go to Shenmue 4. But let me know what you guys think, if not in this live stream, in the comments after I repost it. But I'm basically done. That's it. That's my opinion. Thank you guys for joining the live stream as always. I was actually going to just make a quick reaction video and then upload it, but I didn't feel right without having you guys join me and we can all react together. So it was definitely a pleasure. D Gold Snake, yeah, it's not on Steam. It's only going to be on this Epic Games platform, in this Epic Games store. So we deal what we've got to deal with. But that's it. Thank you for joining my live stream. As always, like, share, and you can make my day if you subscribe to Davis Magnus Amount. And if you're already subscribed, welcome. Hit that like button because we want to grow our community as much as possible to get the word out there. But we'll see. Last comments. I think the presentation of Shenmue 3 could be better, but it's still early in promotion. But I've seen fan sites present what Shenmue 3 could be better than official outlets. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So far, we've seen what we've seen. But that's it. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for everything. See you guys later. Hit that thumbs up. Right before I go, okay, Legendary Gamer, I'll let you squeeze in that one last question. My apologies. I want to make this community large. So I'll answer your question. Hit that like button. Go and ask the question while I wait here. It's something about lag when you do live videos. But I honestly think that it could possibly, Epic Games could possibly be a good thing if handled correctly. And thank you, Legendary Gamer, for hitting the like button. Please ask your question, and anyone else has questions, please do. I'll keep this going as long as you keep on asking me questions, but if not, we'll just kind of go from there. So, like I said, we really have to push this franchise as much as we possibly can from our perspective and from all the creators' perspective. And I'm still excited for this game. I can't wait. It's like eager anticipation to grab my controller and just go for it. See what happens. And see where we can take this franchise. Shenmue 4 is going to be hopefully better funded than Shenmue 3 was, because hopefully someone will realize that it's worth promoting and putting a little bit more money into the franchise. So, Legendary Gamer, I hope you're asking your question. Alright, I'll give it a couple of more minutes while I sit here and show you guys a little something that I have planned. Alright, Jeff Vikas. The trailer didn't feature much gameplay. Odds on getting another short trailer at E3? There is that GameSpot segment coming up. Well, it's possible. I don't understand why they wouldn't start out the gate with the best trailer they possibly can have, and then show like little trailers afterwards. But we'll see. Okay, Legendary Gamer. They said it's exclusive to the Epic Game Store only on the Windows version. Does that mean the MacBook version still has Steam? Sorry for the way. It's fine. Um, I'm not completely sure on how that deal was managed. I don't have any other details except the fact that it was going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive. But what I understand from exclusive deals is that it cannot be on the platform whatsoever. I have a theory that the Epic Games Store exclusivity might be a timed exclusivity. That seems to be a norm in the video game world when it comes to doing that business. You'll have release on certain platforms such as Epic Games or Steam for a certain amount of time before they take that veil off, and then they spread it out to more platforms. That happens between PlayStation and Xbox. I would imagine that that happens between Epic and Steam. But first of all, I have no idea whether a a MacBook based version of Shenmue is even being worked on. Mac has its own way of working with different games, and you have to develop games for Mac. Whether they are doing the same for Shenmue, that would be news to me. I didn't think that they even were going to do that. But if they did, I would bet with almost 100% certainty that you would not get it if they did develop it for Mac. You would not get it on the Steam store on Macs either. It doesn't make any sense. You'd want to keep it exclusive to one company, which is Epic Games. So, yeah, it's a bit disappointing. But I was gonna do a live stream of actually some demo discs for PlayStation that I have kind of laying around that really bring me back to another time. But I'll do a live gameplay coming up shortly. But if there's no more questions, thank you for joining me. And once again, hit that like button if you're already a subscriber. And you can make my day doing that way. But thank you. This is Magnus, and I'm out. Thanks, guys. That was fun. Bye.